Rivalries don't just appear overnight. They must be built. In the hockey-crazed city of Toronto, there's a long-lasting hatred between two teams, neither of which are the Leafs or the Habs. On February 17th, there was an unfamiliar face making her way through the Mattamy Athletic Center. She knows all about the rivalry that we are referring to, but just who exactly is this stranger roaming around the old Maple Leaf Gardens?
My name is Becky Bowering. I'm number 22 on the University of Toronto hockey team. I'm in third year kinesiology.
As a third year, Becky knows all about the rivalry between her University of Toronto Varsity Blues and the neighboring Ryerson Rams. So we asked her, what exactly is it like playing in one of those games?
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge rivalry between us. Obviously, we're both in Toronto, downtown Toronto, and I don't know, we always want to be the better team in Toronto, and whenever we play them, like, it's a pretty tough game. And I know for us, we struggle playing Ryerson, and like, they always play really good against us.
Clearly, the competitive edge negates any difference in talent. The Blues were looking down on the Rams in the standings for most of their season. However, that didn't change the anticipation of playing each other before those big games.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's whenever we know we're playing Ryerson the next weekend, like, we get pretty fired up, and it's different. Like, if we're playing another team from like let's say Queens or something, like, there's something different about playing a team that's in Toronto, and I don't know, I think we get really motivated and excited for it.
Now, there's another part to this story. To get a feeling of the intensity from the men's side of this rivalry, we decided to go behind the bench.
So I'm Nathaniel Brooks, and I'm in my third year as an assistant coach with the men's hockey team.
For Coach Brooks, it was a change in facilities from the old George Bell Arena to the newly renovated Maple Leaf Gardens that was just what the program needed to get back on their competitive feet and become a force once again in the OUA.
I think at that time, they were showing up to games with 12, 13 players, and, they weren't very competitive. The move to this building has obviously helped, and, it's been a slow turnaround, but now we're seeing, the fruit of all that hard work and the people that put time in when the team was in George Bell and stuck to it when the team was struggling. So.
And what exactly happens when this revamped program plays the longtime powerhouse that is the Varsity Blues?
It's a fun rivalry, for sure. Every time we play that team, it's a tight game, regardless of where both of us are in the standings. My first year with the team, they knocked us out of the playoffs in the 4-5 matchup in the first round. Every time we play them, it's got something special to it, something different, because, we're right across the street from each other, right?
Whether it's the men or the women, there's no love lost between these two clubs. But if one thing's for sure, whether it's a brawl-filled affair or the penalty boxes remain empty, you can bet that the Rams and the Varsity Blues are going to give you 60 minutes of hard, competitive hockey.